Top 10 most expensive cities in the world. Have you ever looked at your electricity bill and felt startled by your spending? Although living in the city is not less expensive, we are much more fortunate than citizens living in the most expensive cities in the world. To calculate the expensive index of each city, the expert will rely on a number of key factors, including the average price of household essentials such as milk and cooking oil, rent, utilities, public transport, and the strength of the local currency. According to the ranking below published by ECA International, Asia is currently the most expensive continent to live on. Meanwhile, the cost of living in Europe has dropped significantly in the last 12 months due to external factors such as inflation, conflict. Not Europe, Asia is home to many of the most expensive cities on this list. And the following will be the list of the 10 most expensive cities in the world in 2024 that AllThingsTop will bring to you. 1. Singapore. Singapore continues to hold the position of the world's most expensive city for the super rich in 2024. Real estate prices in the sky, the overwhelming cost of owning cars, expensive private medical care, among other factors, have kept Singapore in the position of the world's most expensive city for the super rich by 2024. According to a report released by the Bank for the Wealthy Julius Baer, the Swiss bank analyzed the prices of 20 consumer goods and services that wealthy people often buy and use in 25 cities, giving it a ranking. Living expenses to ensure upper-class living, including costs for cars, whiskey, jewelry, and luxury housing, have maintained an uptrend in Singapore. Julius Baer said in a report entitled Global Wealth and Lifestyle Report released on June 26th. The report also said the Lion Island nation continues to be a magnet for the super rich thanks to economic and political stability. The Singapore government has made a lot of efforts to make the country attractive to businesses and rich people around the globe, and its currency rates are also strong. All of these factors are reflected in Singapore's status as the world's most expensive city, the report said. The cost of car ownership in Singapore, the world's most expensive capital and 2.5 times the global average, has increased by 15% over the same period last year in dollars. The cost of private education also increased by about 14%. The price of women's high-end shoes and handbags increased by 10%. The price of men's suits and watches increased by more than 5%. 2. Hong Kong. Behind Singapore is Hong Kong, which surpasses Shanghai to become the Monday most expensive place in the world for the super rich this year. In particular, for the wealthy, Hong Kong is the most expensive place to hire lawyers and the Monday most expensive in the world to buy a home. Luxury hotel room prices rose 20.9%. Women's shoes rose 12.7%. And women's handbags rose 8.6%. Among the super wealthy goods and services that saw the biggest rise in Hong Kong in a year, according to a Julius Baer report. 3. London. London rose one place in this year's ranking, jumping to third place, partly because the UK economy got out of a technical downturn last month. The pound rose in price in 2023, and the economy resumed correction after post-Brexit normalization, the report said. The cost of public schooling in London is the most expensive in the world and has increased by 14% compared to last year. Luxury hotel rooms and high-end jewelry in London are the second most expensive of the 25 cities surveyed, recording an increase of 38.3% and 17%, respectively. 4. Shanghai. Many luxury goods and high-end services in Shanghai can be priced twice as high as in other cities in Asia as well. In terms of the real estate market, the city is the second most expensive after Hong Kong, and also the second most expensive in Asia if buyers want to own a BMW 7 after Singapore. Home prices for the wealthy in Shanghai have risen by 15% over the past year. Along with luxury watches and premium lotions, The cost of hospitalization for Botox injections and cigars in Shanghai is also the highest. If you're thinking about a wedding reception at top downtown hotels with an estimated 500 guests, it costs at least $137,680 for United States dollars. 5. Monaco. Monaco is globally renowned for its wealthy residents, luxurious yacht shows, home to one of Europe's longest-reigning royal families. According to a 2020 Knight Frank property consultant report, 7 out of 10 people living in Monaco are millionaires. Many celebrities consider Monaco their homeland, for example, Naomi Campbell, Bono, Leonardo DiCaprio, Lewis Hamilton, Novak Djokovic. These celebrities are just a glimpse of the all-star, super-rich community that adds to Monaco's appeal and status as the preferred residence of the elite. Thanks to its favorable location, many luxurious amenities and tax benefits, Monaco attracts rich people from all over the world. The demand for housing is high, but the supply of real estate is limited, so the price of housing is among the most expensive in the world. Luxury real estate in Monaco can reach the offer price of about $54,000 United States dollars per square meter. 6. Zurich. Zurich is not the major city of the European continent and does not play a political, diplomatic role as the capital of Bern or the international city of Geneva, but Zurich is the most important economic center of Switzerland. Zurich is the largest city in Switzerland with a modest area of 91 square kilometers. It is also one of the wealthiest cities in Europe, although the population is only 400,000, but up to 10,000 of them are millionaires. 7. New York. New York City requires an income of $138,570 United States dollars per year so that a single person can maintain a comfortable life. Companies in large, expensive cities tend to offer higher than average wages to attract and retain employees. However, costly housing costs in such cities make it more difficult to maintain a 50/30/20 budget allocation rate. 8. Paris. Dubbed the City of Love with many famous attractions, the cost of living in Paris is not low. It is home to the highest standard of living in France, among the top 10% of the most expensive cities in Europe. Living fee in Paris for one average individual, €950.62, approximately 22,624,000 VND. Living fee in Paris for one family, with for average members, €3,410.03, approximately 81,157,000 VND. 9. Sao Paulo. São Paulo is consistently ranked as the most expensive city to live in Brazil. According to Numbeo, the cost of living in Sao Paulo, Brazil means you will need about 676 United States dollars per person per month excluding rent to cover the cost of living. 10. Milan. Milan is famous as one of the most vibrant cities in Italy and Europe, an attractive tourist center. Milan focuses on countless brands, many unique architectural works and masterpieces of art. Rents in Milan are unimaginably expensive. Via Monte Napoleon in Milan, Italy rents more than $21,000 per square meters, surpassing Upper Fifth Avenue, USA, to become the most expensive shopping city in the world.